Orbital strike online now, sorry. King on the showstopper as well. See how the money actually lies here for Paper X. Two players under 4K, but expect the purchase to come through. Jing just desperate to try and create some of this pressure as well. And actually the flash nearly putting Forsaken in a position to backstab that double hooker setup. Leviathan stands strong, tie things up 3 apiece.
Okay, first one back after the 3 on the trot for Paper X. Seeing the shorty come out of Forsaken. And King is
13-8 sebelumnya.
King's just
F1.
fine margins here. Forsaken. How much of a nuisance can this man cause? Shorty the hand, he's been caught. Taco's taking him down, the trades go down. This is chaos personified. Shy now goes in for the battle. He's got 2 for himself. Finally falls to Divide, but look at what remains. It's just Divide. These battles happen in the blink of an eye.
Look at the clock.
Yep.
There's still a minute left here.
Bring them down.
And Device found himself in a 1v2. He's quick about it. Should be able to get the clean plant here as...
Itu pala kosong aja ning.
Yeah. And the ultimate.
Naon kosong?
Ini Perek. Tidak fake. Lain anjing.
Mana yang nafsu
Dua-duanya masih di B tuh. Masih di hook tadi.
So much to play with here for Divine.
One smoke in the molly though from Melza. Divine actually playing ahead of this, so no possibility of him being locked out with that. Doesn't want to show his hand though. He's got to take contact before using any of this huge kill. The timing just gets a little curious.
I can't blame him for he didn't know, but you think if only he'd waited a little bit
half a
longer
second later, if they both drift towards default, there's a chance, but just one of those things. Leviathan find their 4th. Themselves ahead of Paper X once again, and Forsaken desperate to try and find something with the shorty there, but you notice it, it's just such a chaotic exchange. And the key thing being, Leviathan come out on top of it. Because as uncomfortable as it is to watch sometimes.
Davai, dasar supir oplet.
Asli itu aduknya ganggu banget.
Mandra.
Considering investing the ult right back into this could force him out of position, but again, let's look at what they do here, because we've seen Leviathan so aggressive, so demanding and taking space, but
Forsaken itu sekarang ada.
Jason?
Seumuran tuh?
Udah tahu dah. Nyamarin? Sensasi Jason Susano.
Itu jadi Sasuke.
Oh, Jason Susanto.
Wah.
Sama si Aaron.
Aaron.
Just gnawed away at a Divide! Makes up for that previous round, shows him exactly what he's made of.
Closes things out for the Red Bull clutch. Ties things up for Paper X once again.
Can I get these rounds in half speed? Please.
2-2. Oh, si Jason 18.
Kalau si Aaron berarti.
Kalau tannya si Aaron 22.
They want to fight to the death for some of these sites, sorry.
Yeah. We go back in.
I mean, the window of opportunity Leviathan have. Oh, hold that thought.
No, you don't get a time to think this chick's got out of there somehow. This is madness. Mind Freak and Jing deal with Leviathan. They quell this aggression. Does Jing get to keep his life though? Flashes again. They're unrelenting in this. They want to double down on it, Jing. Punishing Taco. Now King is backfilling going to take him down. That does give away the game, but it doesn't get the right foot. There's layers to this. Devi was actually behind him. Turns around. King keeps his head. Oh, until Benkai through the smoke gets it. And a 1v3 for Melza, Mike.
Surely not, right?
Surely not.
Got to wait out this smoke at least. Again, eyes on it as well. You can see Benkai already jump peeking. Got the fault line back up. Got a couple of flashes as well. Make it very difficult. And find a little damage. I mean, 450, 600, 900 credits on the side of PaperX players that are still up. Could be worthwhile with where the scoreline is. Come through. Mind Freak closes this one out. PaperX on 5 now.
Makasih Manfreak nggak pakai Astra.
Questioning what around 3 or 4 whether or not this pace would continue. It absolutely does. Leviathan in a lot of these scenarios, though, really digging their heels in. I got to say, it's so overwhelming to play against a PaperX when they're attacking like this, particularly with the Yoru. Some of these setups they have, and even setups they just create on the fly. Leviathan handling them pretty well, I got to say it.
And if you're looking at this as an even perspective, if Leviathan have either a close game or they potentially win this game, it was never going to be a clean scoreline, right? Like in this map, you'd never have a clean matchup against PaperX. It's always going to be this very close, very chaotic, very in-your-face sort of game style. So to already see it still at 4-5, and we know Leviathan are good for pistols, generally converting them through. This I still feel is going to be a very close game. If I'm PaperX, I need to keep consistent throughout this and somehow keep our tempo up as well, because the second you let off the gas, you know Leviathan are right there.
Absolutely. I think the game plan for PaperX from the get-go on this map in particular is always to just invest massively towards finding that first blood, because I mean it sits around 74% they find first bloods, and it's actually around 80% that they convert first bloods into round wins regardless of side. So that's the reason we expect this pace from PaperX, but that's why I'm surprised to see Leviathan put up as good a fight as they are. Like I said, their window of opportunity becomes when PaperX actually have to plant, right? After that kind of, I don't want to say the lull in some of these rounds, but just after that initial barrage, there's a second or two where Leviathan are trying to find that kill and maybe find a little bit of damage back onto site. And that's such a key moment in the round as well.
We'll keep our eyes towards that going back in. Timeout came through, I believe, for one of the two teams.
Leviathan.
It was Leviathan. Thank you very much. Ooh, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell who's on the attacking side when they're both going at it like this. But as it stands, PaperX, I don't want to say slowing the pace, it's 1:30, the round's barely started, but no one's died yet, which is quite surprising. As so far, okay, one player noted.
Did it spot tackle? I don't think it did, actually.
No, it was, I just believe, verso. So, right back at him. And again, I don't think it's going to reveal a great deal of information, but relatively telling in itself. They're actually going to go back towards the A site, but look who's going exploring in the meantime, Mike. Already, Melza going walkabout. It's going to try and clear outside. Forsaken going to lead the way, clear the space, get it back to hand, but Melza's right here. He's here so quick, but Devi, brilliant intuition to even check towards this early on, and they've got the plant.
Actually going to reset a little deeper than what you're expecting. The one to come forward, try and pressure this, going to force Adverso away. The aftershock there to secure it as well. Leviathan might just give this up for the save, yeah?
Well, save.
Way back in.
Look who's going hunting. Devi is looking for these weapons. He wants them gone. He's going to have a good chance, at least one fight here shy. None the wiser. Now there's danger. You want to keep these rifles as best you can. The PaperX turning the screws now. I like this. Look
They're
at
all coming through.
I like this. They want the weapons gone. They want them to be toothless in the next couple of rounds, but King's desperate to keep hold of his. And now still willing to commit Devi. Not going to be able to do it. Let's see what the money gets left at here. How much did they just commit? I'm actually interested to see what they get left on, because I don't mind the hunt of maybe one or two of the players there, but let's see.
To throw everything at it.
That's the thing. I
mean, the purchase comes through regardless, yes, but even so, I'm not even sure. We look back whether or not that's giving King the showstopper, for example. That's the sort of thing you question in that situation. Nonetheless, I mean, what we were just talking about, PaperX able to create a round where Leviathan can't find that window of opportunity when the spike plant comes through. So elsewhere. On the back of the Nightfall, and initially, oh my god, he's got ahead of him. He's got ahead of him.
Oh, King. Just holding his breath, just so he wouldn't be noted. Forsaken goes down. Didn't want to make a peep of sound in towards Shower, but pretty indicative of the intention coming out now from PaperX. They maintain Shower control and they look back towards the site. PaperX have already started to work their way through, and Adverso caught in no man's land.
Roket anjing aim si itu Leviathan.
Now King with rifle, far more of a threat than he was before. There's that ult coming through, and they actually pull the plant for a second.
Inside these smokes, we'll hear the TP. Mind Freak is revealed though.
Oh, that's huge for King. Again, that's 3 this round in Melza. They've heard the TP. They know at least one person has taken this TP. He can sit in this position and be such a problem. There is still Haunt and Prowler for Divine. That's still in play, but the flash has been so telling, and they decide not to use it. Melza just sat there waiting patiently. Now Benkai called upon. We need some greatness from you right now, Benkai. If you want this round, 2 positions coming in from Leviathan that are pretty rough to handle. He's got 3 HP, and that's about it. King on one side, can't get away from King.
3 anjing.
Perfect round for himself.
Bang.
Perfect round. It's heated up the last few as well. 4 on the round here. Showstopper used in this one. Might have to find their 5th, and now you look at the money. You think about that previous where they had to repurchase to come back in. And it's going to be a little awkward here. That's such a weird engagement. King getting behind that Viper's wall.
And that buy was pretty rubbish, if I'm honest, coming in for Leviathan in that round. It was far from pretty. I think that was the recovered weapon off the back of finding Forsaken. Again, this is so much damage being done, and Leviathan just scrappy. Well, the fact they've kept this game this close.
Speaking of scrappy, the byproduct of that previous round we were talking about, 2 Bulldogs, a Spectre, some light armors coming through, couple of gaps in utility.
Bisa keep nggak tuh?
What the?
That's got to be a misclick.
That was not the intention. There's no way it was. They're still going to try and commit behind this potential. You see the ult going to come through, and Jing's going to find Melza. So it's not over just yet. And Mind Freak picks up the mantle. Going to take over control and open up a chance towards the site. A 4v3, and it's favorable towards Paper.
Hello.
Can they get the plant here? Can King do any damage? Seeks are going to come through Dog as well.
Tidur dia emang tadi.
Double up here. Verzo, the first man to step forward, try and take
Tadi
those
ketiduran kan?
couple of
Aku
steps
aja.
into this. Smoke dividing
Apa?
this site up perfectly for Divine.
Tadi ketiduran kan?
Hot flash not good enough. He's going to dip back in the smoke. That's so well played. And he's going to just get... Oh, the timing was almost... It works out in the end. Taco now, a 1v3, finds the first. Tap on the spike and he quickly gets into the smoke. That's so sick. He's ahead of this. He's still fighting. And Jing's not perfect.
Anjir orang ini bener-bener anjing. Dari tadi anjing di Heaven ngaco anjing.
Ada yang mau live streaming kah?
Ada tuh di Twitch sama YouTube.
Oke.
Sama Arugi channel.
Aku nonton di YouTube aja deh.
Si Arugi live streaming.
Masih?
Oh ya udah.
Aku masih live streaming nonton nih.
Oke. Anjir, kok ada tulisan Red Bull? Biadab.
Hah?
Apa kau anjing?
Apa yang ada tulisan Red Bull?
Ada tulisan Arugi Channel, kok keriting? Kok ada tulisan Red Bull? Walah, nobar.
Iya, aku nge-live streamingin live streaming. Nobar gitu.
Tadi aku nonton bom 10.3 tuh. Wah, udahlah, mulai mengantuk. Tidur beneran. Mana bunyi kenceng tadi? Anu, HP ku jatuh.
But overall, my man Geboy, how many rounds was he able to have? Okay, there's one
orang-orang
clutch
itu
he
masih
missed,
ada.
I will put that out there. But there was those
Masih.
clutches that really kept this round count in check for
Masih
Paper
pada
X.
bangun pada
And
tidur.
the man is on fire.
Gak tahu,
We speak about
bangun
good
tidur.
Fade players across the
Langsung.
world. This man is injecting himself into the top four.
Di HP ya?
Iya di HP aku mas.
It's also like Leviathan on the defense, seeing that Paper X aren't playing with a chamber, so they're just pushing market. There's no trade market. They just keep taking the fights, keep up in the aggression. But now that we're switching sides, this is kind of where like Paper X are going to do similar stuff on their defense. They like to push a lot, but when they played up against Fnatic,
Pakai ini dia.
Fnatic were waiting for
Biasa supir oplet.
Beli sepatu.
Fnatic were there to take the fights and win them. So Leviathan, we've
Coba
seen them
cek
play
dong,
very
Bang.
high
Takutnya mereka
aggression,
pada
very
keluar
quick, very
atau
pacey
gimana.
on their defense. I imagine on their attack they might slow
Oh,
things
mereka
down.
kenapa?
I mean, Pansy and
Takutnya
Hype on the
mereka
casting
pada
side
balik atau
smell an
gimana
overtime.
kuncinya
They
nggak
do
benar.
always an overtime.
Nggak ada
They do
orang.
always an overtime.
Ah,
But
iya.
last, the last time we had an overtime
Yeah.
on this particular map from Leviathan,
Not
that was
again.
banged. I almost said a bad word on broadcast. That banged.
I mean, I heard that they don't have anywhere to be tonight, so
I heard that too.
they're gonna be here all night, Pansy and Hype. Get ready.
Well, I guess I haven't got any plans.
Wow.
Just putting it out there,
Clear
you know.
tomorrow's schedule as well, I guess.
Yeah, why not? A little bit of mystery might go a long way there, Yinzu, but thanks. Appreciate it, guys, on the decks. Nice one. No, but I'm down for this.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, take a Sochi. This I haven't seen a game like this in a long time. You know, we see it obviously quite one-sided when you see Paper X doing it to others. It's very rare you see it mirrored. Someone bringing it back, able to keep up with them. But we go back in 6-6. This is to make it into the playoffs. The first team to get their name sat in that playoff bracket. That's what they are fighting so damn hard for here. And already, first blood, snap to the head. Jin gonna find King. But again, it's traded right back out in the site. It's gonna be contested pretty early here.
What tackle?
Come
Blind
on!
right click.
What is going on? I don't get it anymore. I feel like we've seen different kinds of Valorant today that we've never seen before. Mind Freak and Forsaken. It's like how have they figured out our secret to this, our method to the madness. But also, oh no, it's getting shaky. Okay, Leviathan and pistols. I should have never doubted it.
It's just insane to see them replicate the success time and time again in these pistol rounds.
So fired up as well.
That's what Jing initially finding value, right? He can't retreat away from that, but this is just that's outrageous.
Right.
And the interesting thing to say is something that I credited Leviathan so much on Haven was
And
being equipped to deal with some of this aggression, right? Paper
Ngapain?
X,
Tinggal isi gembul doang.
I gotta say, it's
Getting a little nervous maybe.
yeah, absolutely.
Hard to kind of be
Wih,
bold
76.
when you're now
Levy.
down feels like a bit of a bigger problem, but still we digress because it's still Forsaken, right? Still Jing. Surely they don't get nervous. Surely they won't change things up.
Di-push sudah.
Yeah, they are trying to hunt this down. Melza is on a platter right now. Does get out of it with actually nothing
Mampus.
at all. They found two.
Anjir, Benkai dapat.
Okay, so King's now suddenly getting a little device right here.
Cakep
What on earth is going on? This is I don't understand it. I don't
Tapi
understand.
low semua sih.
Still a minute left to work with.
Brilliant. Of course there is.
Spike not yet committed. So there's flank coming through though. Jing slowly making his way towards market. 3 players of Paper X stacked up, but
Left ini left mana ini?
curious here.
Haven't you learned?
Lefty.
That right click
Santiago,
classic.
Chile itu di mana ya?
Oh, and as long as he
Chile
has
mana
some
ini?
but Mike
Amerika
is on the case. The flash
Selatan.
though buys some time.
South
The
America.
slow as well comes in. Utility work
Pantas
is good, but
ngomongnya
Jing's there.
Vamos,
Timing's
vamos.
great.
Iya.
Paper X answer right
Latin.
back into this one. 7-7. These two.
Oh,
so
itu
hard to take
Latam.
away from each other.
And that's key in terms of Leviathan's
Apa Latam?
objective here in the second half.
Latin.
It's the same as Haven, right?
Latam,
Slow
Latin
things
Batam.
down, be the ones to
Nah.
make this pace.
Lalalala.
Paper X showing very early on. I mean,
Kena cukai itu.
the first look, the second actually
Cukai.
a solo engagement from Benkai. Again, can't fault for King. You
Jadi
know,
klasik
like
loh
this, trying to
sebenarnya.
dig a little deeper towards spawn, but just caught off guard. The Campbell stack from Paper X once again. But keeps it close at least here, 7-7 to start the second half off.
Mampus.
Back and take it.
Mampus.
But Paper X gonna carry on their mission and
Whoa.
cheating. Lovely work. You can see Divine now happy to kind of fill that gap too. Gonna try and hunt
Lah.
it down. Okay, not too bad. Rifle should be recovered
Wih.
and all okay. For standing Paper X, finally get a step in the right direction for themselves.
Key for Jing as well. I think actually, he's up at 14 and 13 now. He had a slow first half.
Let's go, comeback.
This is all,
Yeah,
like,
and-
in my mind, it's all context of
But that's
who
to
these
come
players
back
are.
to the map one as well. So
Absolutely.
to have him really come out swinging here in the second half of behind Showstopper online already in the third round
Couldn't
of
be
the
better.
second half.
Oh, that's dreamy for him. This this test Leviathan, right? We said they were scrapping. Clean
Leviathan.
win against PaperX on this map. If you do get one, it will always be close, but see what they can do now. If Jing does start to activate, if this aggression does start to show, try and be like us all you want. We were the first, we were the originals. PaperX made this
Ini
their
PaperX
brand, their
ini
playstyle. This was them to
sampai
a T.
mana-mana loh.
And it's Forsaken to be challenged. Flashes exchange.
di HP ya.
Iya mas,
Oh, he has actually taken down
mantul lah
Tucker.
suaranya.
Tucker got away
Geprek,
with his life.
geprek.
Oh. And now a man advantage for PaperX.
Suaranya jelek.
Massive in this.
Kalau di PC bagus.
Enggak.
Spike retrieved now, but
Bener-bener.
2v4 presented.
Buat Muhai itu cuma ada 2, jelek sama jelek banget.
String anything together here. So well played.
Salah terus aku. Udahlah.
Just
Iya, antara salah atau salah banget.
It's great to watch, isn't it?
Tambahin dong.
Just seeing a really quite telling
Sampai
example
saving ke bis kau, ha?
of one of these
Saving ke bis kau.
deep
so
run
hard to
teams.
handle.
Exactly that. You had one round, Jing being the problem. This round, okay, Forsaken's done it. It can be anyone from this roster. Those two, obviously, the main
Oh,
elements, I would say, of it.
ini orang-orang matador nih
Yoro and obviously the Rays.
mukanya.
For now,
Espanyol lah.
coming through, trying to keep those
Orang
rifles
matador
in play,
tadi dia bilang.
potentially a bad idea. And maybe just
Señorita.
to do for the rest of the
Señorita.
game as well.
You know,
Left,
if PaperX
left.
go hunting actually with where their finances sit, but
Señorita, left. Señorita.
About 5 seconds and he finds a fight.
Ngapain sih loncat?
Not gonna happen.
Oh kah, udah tahu
First one
saving.
out. Be 3 standing. PaperX
Buang-buang
two for
duit.
Leviathan, but again, PaperX now starting to command a little bit of the respect we know that they deserve in these sort of aspects, right? The diligence here again. Flash just
Bu,
last bullet before
Yeah.
falling as well for
Wow.
Forsaken.
I wasn't sure.
lagi buta-butanya tuh.
Genuinely, there was a second where it could have gone either way, but again, two of the big names starting to find impact.
With
This
PaperX,
is
your
where I'm
pick.
gonna
A
really
very
start eyeing
agent
the
has been
Leviathan's
player
depth.
this
How
tournament.
much of a threat can they cause? How much
Tinggal
of that chaos can they sow in
Gak tahu
this
apa itu
matchup
artinya.
when you start to see PaperX flex a little? You start to see them go into that, as said,
dengan Yoru
team. We know that
berarti Everek udah pakai semua agen di turnamen.
here now.
Well, the big test for me was something they kind of
Oh, oke.
12 for me on Haven. Here,
Tuh ngobrol berdua tuh, lihat tuh.
not really having
Video
Depan-depan
call
dong.
mereka.
back up what they wanted to achieve in that second half of Haven, right? And Leviathan on the flip side, of that,
Bisa
being in total control in terms of
direvisi
in terms of, you know, the
2
pace
hari.
of those rounds, shutting down a lot of early round
Apa?
aggression.
Direvisi 2 hari.
Here,
Itu aku ini ngevisualin mereka lagi ngobrol.
away one of the big win conditions of Haven from Leviathan, right?
Yeah.
PaperX
Tuh,
aren't gonna
tuh,
feel
orang
the pressure
matador tuh.
necessarily in, you know, having to
Tangannya
pull off some of
gede
this
banget.
aggression on a Stinger, a Spectre, or pinning it all on the
Kayak
Shadowplay or
ini.
something like that. So, if PaperX can
Figuran yang di
demonstrate
Fast
that basic
Furious.
behind these early exchanges,
Siapa?
Yang sering ditabrak-tabrakin.
no one's done a run, showstopper available, they can now start cycling through these ultimates through. And it's at a point in this half, it becomes really problematic for Leviathan, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is PaperX knocking on the door of double digits.
Yeah, and it's coming in quick now. Looking at the buy coming out here as well, can't ignore that. They saved the 2 rifles, going to invest somewhat around it, right? You've got the 2 stingers, a
Even
shorty.
that's questionable, right, with what they're bringing
Yeah,
in.
it's not
Hmm.
a great deal. So we'll see if they've got a game plan in mind to
Yeah.
tailor-made for this round.
Dengarkanlah.
What they have for the rest of this. It looks just like a kind of run-of-the-mill APs coming out so far.
Biar.
Dodge anything being thrown his way. Jing on the other side.
Mampus, mampus.
And Leviathan just fall like flies. 2 back-to-backs. Forsaken still going to hold his ground. He's fine. Gets
Oh,
himself out of
bagus ya.
danger spots.
Nice.
Left it to the boys to deal with. It's just Shy
Enggak
now.
nice.
1v2. It's certainly not out of danger.
Does
Shy have spike? He does.
Lah.
He's got Mind Freak. Hold on. That's opened up huge opportunity. They must
Shy,
have
Shy.
Forsaken earlier, but he could be anywhere.
Sombong banget.
Has the ultimate back. Still has a Prowler as well. Maybe just waiting for this reveal, but Forsaken might actually get himself into a position.
Tuh kedengeran step.
70 versus 50.
He's read this correctly so far.
I mean, the problem is, Shy might think
Utility
he's far enough away from Forsaken to make noise here, all the way back in cave. They might just miss each other though. Yeah, out of audible range now.
And this is all mind games. This is all trying to
30 seconds
make
left.
a educated guess. Now Forsaken's trying to clear, right? He's trying to ensure that no one's back showers.
Oke.
He's checking
Kan petak 4 guys. Udah mereka berdua.
So this will be a window of chance now.
Reading.
Should be able to get a plant down. Obviously, he's none the wiser. He's got a great deal of time here. Now, this is when the alarm bells will ring for Forsaken, especially now. I'm going to go towards CT just to make sure Shy is safe for that. Plant's in. Let's see who decides to go for this post plant as well.
No flash, no decoy, no TP here. Forsaken's just got to brute force this one. HP advantage for Shy as well.
49 HP for Forsaken working.
But both only 2 body shots. That's the key thing,
yeah,
right?
It's relatively even. Not exactly that Prowler could be a difference maker, but I wonder if Forsaken even gives him the chance for it. Steps will be heard. A tap on the spike is now made. Forsaken looking up towards the window ledge. And from Shy, it's good. And they answer right back on in. I thought
Mana Forsaken nih?
but Shy finding room.
Udah tahu di long kelihatan tadi.
Si Jason belum ngeluarin Susanoo-nya. Yang mati tuh.
Apain sih aja itu tuh?
Emang kelihatan.
Brimstone itu tadi.
Beautiful cleanup. 4 on the round for Shy.
It's big.
See how the frustration showing on one side of things because
Iya sih sama aku selingin aja.
With the 2 save rifles, right? Wow. Okay, pulling that off is actually massive. Getting that round.
Anjir, bisa ngepick sampai ujung itu ya.
boom to the economy as well.
Kok ada lele. Kan tuh lele.
Forsaken not far off his device as well. It's pretty even between those two. Forsaken trying to bait him out here, being a little bit more proactive early on. Making them invest that utility just a little earlier in these rounds, and actually a pace change coming out this time. And
Cukup banget PRX nih. Gak dimajuin di long udah kelihatan. Tuh, masih bergaya gitu. Udah kelihatan lo di long.
King just going to completely decapitate Divide on the way in. They actually drift away from this first blood. Try and navigate their way back towards A site.
We've got a 5v2 on the site with plenty of ults to play with. It's
Karena begitu.
Coming down to the last 30 seconds, that could be disastrous.
Tas.
He's now going to be in the back line.
Racun.
Forget about that man. He is always a danger. There's the
Aduh.
this time. It's now bigger advantage. See with Leviathan. Can anything deny it? Benkai tries to, but
Enggak,
TP taken. They're away. Jing just going to post it and hope for the best. Send your regards. As that plant's going to come in and well, Mind Freak can't really stop it now.
Wis angel Luis, angel. Angel Luis.
This is 9-9.
Menurut nih Sita Koilan ya, ngeri nih. Itu pun kalau sempat dia.
The full deck here, it's the prime gaming floors. I gotta come back to just talking about that setup here.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder available.
Rolling
Paint Shell still
Thunder.
available. I'm not sure why Jing sends it into the Viper's pit.
Expelliarmus. Leviosa.
I'm not sold at all. They just need to buy time there. The Rolling Thunder's gonna do it for you.
Yeah. And the emergency brakes have been hit now from PaperX. They've just pumped the brakes for the timeout they needed to. And rightly so. Money's going to start dwindling at this point as well. You're going to see that kind of economy ebb and flow back in far more favor to Leviathan, who still have lots to play with here.
We saw a few rounds on A when I was talking about the cracks starting to show in, in terms of frustration and desperation.
Sure.
That one right there is another example. I gotta say, yeah. I'm not saying it's black and white, but you look at the setup and you look at what's going to be the best possible outcome, right? So yeah, it's tough to watch. Hopefully come out of this timeout, reconsider things. I think Benkai are going to be the only one to struggle for a purchase here, but no surprise to see him back on a judge. He's done it before.
Yeah. Wow. I still just have to kind of take stock in this matchup. I think a lot of us saw this as being a close game. I don't think many people would have put potentially even Leviathan in this matchup. I know a lot of the Liquid fans would have put Liquid here, of course.
Yeah.
And Leviathan, every single time there's a new challenge, they have risen and risen and risen to the occasion. Every single time. If they can close this out, I mean, they brought it back to 9-9. So once again, I cannot keep considering them underdogs almost. They are so on the money so far. I mean, King's having a belting game, an absolute blinder for himself. Shy not far off either. Taco with a couple of key moments. It's been across the board, but and again, this is with Jing having a fair game. It's not, one of his standouts, but We go back in at 9 apiece. It could not be closer. The money getting a little tight on the Paper X side, but enough to fashion a purchase here.
Forsaken and Divide. Both ultimates available. Jing 3 off Showstopper, Mind Freak 2 off the Orbital Strike. So in that regard, you kind of give the advantage over to Leviathan. This is the one that really starts raising questions towards the finances for Paper X. And we're on the brink of double digits. A crucial point of the game. I mean, concede this is maybe Leviathan stretching towards 11 as well.
Oh iya bisa kelihatan di garis itu.
That's if we see a force purchase coming out.
Yeah, they are testing the nerves of Paper X right now as well. One revealed nothing. And the TP being
Udah, nggak usah maju.
they should know the
Banyak rame.
goal for now. They need to hit these rotations and fast. There's the Horn, there's gonna be the Nightfall as well. And here comes the rest of the team.
Keburuan Forsaken ini kadang-kadang sok ngide deh.
Noted earlier on how deep they were sitting towards the back of A. This is already looking pretty good for Leviathan, but can they keep this safe? Can they lock down this post plant?
Jing's already here so early, but Melzer actually just comes into the smoke. Kalian are gonna have to back off from the paint cell as well. Benkai's found a kill.
They found room, they found a way back in, and Benkai helping this way. Mind Freak
Oh,
there, it's all
Ah.
shy again.
Oh.
92 though.
Satu lagi, ayo. Nice.
Pengalaman.
Still alive, and Paper X gonna be the first to make it to double digits here. 10 etched on the board, but again, this is so close between these two.
I mean, there's barely
Oh,
anything separating Leviathan from the victory there. Divide landing a crucial shot. Perch is going to come back through, but you got to question.
Tuh,
what's
naik
behind it
dapat
here.
2. 3 malah tuh.
I mean, any more HP, God forbid, right?
Yeah, totally different in my mind, totally different outcome. Oh my word. And they're almost mirroring each other in the ult, so they get to play with each round as well. Yeah, Nightfall's coming in either way. Had a couple of bits and pieces now. You've got the Orbital Strike coming back on for both.
Problem for me, though, being Jing now on the brink of the showstopper, which
Yeah.
is crucial. Where Paper X are kind of
Yeah,
walking a nice
well
edge
done.
in terms of the money here. That is something that could turn the tides.
They've held this default long enough to maybe find out this flank that's been happening, where they've been sending Forsaken through, and he's actually
Cakep.
bested Shy.
Mati Sai mati.
Win and the
Nice.
Device caught Melzer as well. Yeah, the spike is just
Oh, ayam masuk tapi itu.
Okay, we don't care. We basically got. I don't know if they noted the spike. Did they push
No,
deep
they
enough to
didn't
see
push
it?
into market.
Tapi ditahan lah sama si ini Benkai.
Problem being now
All of
there's
that
3 of
timing.
Paper X towards CT.
3 dapat apa.
To try and keep this safe, to allow safe passage for that spike.
Kamu belum lihat tadi 1 lawan 4 kalah anjing PRX.
There is one more post.
1 lawan 4.
That's gonna be king. Feels like a one and done spot. How much can
Mati.
one man do? First one's gonna get the plant. It's Tarko to get Benkai down, so the trade out of life here. But we noted the player advantage, of course.
Oh,
for
flash
Paper X.
dong.
Falls towards this man king.
Nah,
Huge, and
kelihatan.
they said, look at the utility still.
Tongkol.
Position
Ah.
well noted at first, so found Jing. Hold on, it's not over yet. There it is. That's 11, and Paper X keep composure. 11 coming in.
Leviathan will have at least something to bring back in here, or keep our eyes on the utility. Paper X winning a crucial round here. See how it lies here. Leviathan. Actually, yeah, I mean, there's only 2 members under 4K, so at least Light Shields will be able to support some of this utility.
Monitor sampai dimakan.
And this time it feels like, you know, when you compare to Haven, Leviathan are being caught off guard. This default is way more sparse. There's not enough reinforcement behind, you know, one key area of the map, where on Haven it was, you know, 2 or 3 people towards A lobby, 1 person on kind of, you know, crowd control elsewhere in the map.
I think, yeah, they've dedicated 3 players towards the A side now. Maybe a read into Leviathan's answer to seeing that early rotation from Forsaken coming in, right? That could be a really nice counter read, and actually try to find Mind Freak, and Jing now just wants to unleash, try and do some damage when he can, but Shy still holding on. Jing is there, takes down King, and it's a 3v3. Jing still firing though, still gonna find
No. Why? Why teleport?
will not let this map go yet.
Si Benkainya juga nge-pick anjing.
There's one more body to drop.
Saya terlalu tajam sih, Mas.
And his timing could be God-given here. Walking on the flank, if he gets around the back of these players, he's got to know there's still
Kalau dari
round
samping kayak
distance
Coki
chance
Parde
he
deh.
could have potentially gone
Siapa?
towards these.
Ini.
Benkai.
Keep your eyes towards the minimap. Wait to see if they even consider checking showers again. Because right now that is not on their priority list, not yet.
I mean, if they have time to clear
Lalu muter
eventually
terus.
the penny will drop. I think actually they're going to make
Mainnya
a nice
gitu aja.
Now, hopefully for Benkai, you can get at least an upgraded rifle. No, there's nothing.
Dari wave awal Bulldog
Kok
kan
nge-lag?
Lag.
Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Mike, they're coming back towards us. Benkai's turnaround.
Balik,
Enggak.
balik dia balik.
Seconds away from each other. The steps have been heard, but the Prowler didn't find him. And Benkai still stands. Can this one man?
Ace lagi kan.
Shy. 5 kills at a critical juncture. This is incredible.
Tadi konyol banget yang
work.
teleport
An
anjing.
incredible work from that man, Shy.
Ada yang gemas tuh.
Talking about a crucial round for Paper.
Per second lagi goblok.
Yeah. I mean, look at the knock-on effect. Forsaken has shown up 2 business days late to this crunch outside shower.
Ada yang nggak nge-flash dulu ya?
At this point, the exchange has already happened. There,
Lalu
you see it.
pede dia.
I'm really confused. Oh, Jason! I think you hear it
Jason.
there in the coach clip. Now, unfortunately,
Saving lagi hari-hari saving aja. Blok.
odds and ends.
They've opened up a window.
Hah?
That's my worry.
Now Leviathan can slip back into this game style.
Because I thought PaperX had wraps on this, if I'm completely honest. The way they've been really mobile on the map, taking over that B control. They've given them an inch. And maybe that's all it takes for Leviathan to truly bring this game back all even. They found the first, Forsaken removed. Now there's 4 to locate. Plenty of util to play with. They should fall foul for stack, and I know probably 2 players here, so they should be on red alert now towards that B side.
Jing looking to at least act as a deterrent, and he's done just that. It's going to draw the rotation nice and early. At least showing presence here has pushed Leviathan back towards A site. At least Devi's going to be here.
Semua di luar.
Back up Benkai. The fault line slowed things down pretty effectively as well.
This is
Wah, Levi nge-push. Levi nge-push. Levi. Hai. Wah.
Oh.
The swing, and now Mindfreak and Benkai. I guess Benkai's got the bulldog. That's something, but it really ain't much. You're clutching at straws here. Leviathan 5 strong, 4 now. And it's Mindfreak. Just a stinger. And it's a double face. Chip damage is there, but it's all tied, all even, 11 apiece. There is now a chance. This is a 2-0.
I mean, I'm going to look here where there's
Show
going to
me
be
what
nothing
we
Ya Allah.
in the tank for Paper X.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. I mean, it'll come down to the ultimates, but a couple missing here. At least Devi and Benkai, the Nightfall and the Rolling Thunder available. Leviathan, nothing on that side, but they have the upper hand here in terms of being back in control of the pace. Do they go searching once again?
This is unbelievable.
Lag.
Else is there for 2. Forsaken and Mindfreak made to look silly in this, charging to their doom.
Atau
Kan mati terus anjing, bodoh anjing.
bosen. Bosen.
Ngapa nggak diem aja gitu?
It is. This is so again. We kind of criticized this early on in the half now, but the pressure's
Jauh
doubled up. PaperX have to
pikir
break
kayak
these engagements.
pro
The
player.
Wild traded out now. It's down to
Kan
Benkai.
udah sering ya mati maju ditungguin gitu.
It was a must win for them. In terms of the finances here,
Pro player aja.
is presented with a 1v4.
Bosen maju terus.
He's so far away from all of this still. Leviathan. Again, Melza. ult now
Chefing.
online from that plant.
Verso as well for
Verso.
next round, yeah.
Yeah, it's all hidden in. If the odds,
Kok dikejar
we
lagi.
roll our minds back to a couple of rounds where a couple of mistakes here and there, a couple of moments.
Cir,
Leviathan was
kenapa
so
sih?
happy to be gifted that, 'cause I
Pas
thought this game was being taken away from them.
11-12
But the
gini.
wherewithal within this Leviathan side to bring it back to this point, I can't believe
Turun
we've
kalau
seen this come out
oh ini
so
fase
far.
grup
The fact
masih
that
ya.
they are about to get to 12, and no matter what Benkai may want to do or
Kirain udah
potentially could have
harus
done,
turun war breaker.
Sisir nih sama Viper dan
Saya ini.
can he at least go
Okay.
undetected for now? That would be the dream, because they ain't gonna have much left for this final potential round. Oh lord. Just keep it.
Not even sure there.
Nice.
Shot, to be honest. Should have just
Kiri.
let him pass.
Ya.
Little
Ya.
bit of a fumble, but
Yo.
Can he at least get a rifle?
nope. Well, I mean, you can get the bulldog. Bulldog or it's a
Dah.
bulldog or a guardian.
And this is
Yeah,
a
this
start. I feel like they hadn't explored this side of the map being aggressive yet either.
I mean, a couple times Forsaken's
Maybe showers, but
poked a little. Well, towards short, I mean, but specifically. But again, he's had that get
Mereka
out on
maju
the free
tapi
throw.
nggak ada
This was,
flash gitu.
let's throw the stim down and fully
Maju.
charge through. And like I said, that feels a little
Sama
more
pelatih,
like a desperation round
maju
once again
terus.
for Paper X.
Kan kamu
Let's
defending.
throw it out, see what sticks.
it
Kenapa
still
sih?
feels like we saw that Paper for quite some time had the
Look.
answer. 11. Timeout comes in. This is pressure. This is the moment to try and rekindle some of that confidence that
Jadi aja
known
pusing
for
liat nggak bisa tidur di bawah
suits you
tuh.
so well for Paper X. Leviathan just
Sabar aja.
coming alive. 12 to 11. I can't believe we are in this.
Shy on this map
Oh, he's been
has
unreal.
been ridiculous.
Second to none.
He's 28 and 14 here, but it's the impact in some of the rounds he's able to have.
Pure aces.
Yeah.
Straight up 5 kills a couple of times now.
Hold on.
Pulling through
How
full
chill
amount.
owner
You
is
know
as well.
exactly that
How
feeling.
chill he is right now.
He's got the money on their side, confidence on their side. Bolt hitting at the right time, and Verso and Melsa both with theirs. Now, of course, there's always threat to Paper X. There's never a moment where you're fully out of the woods, right? But as it stands,
Guys,
Leviathan are on the verge.
dah. Bosan aku sama Paper X. Assalamualaikum.
Yeah, definitely.
Nanggung kenapa, woi?
Definitely. Again, some would have
Enggak,
written off versus
bercanda.
Liquid. This
Sure.
one
Kan tinggal
really
satu
leaning
juga.
towards Paper
Mana
X.
mungkin
Leviathan demonstrating
nanggung salahnya.
just
Iya.
huge levels of versatility. And it's their grasp of the game and exactly how Paper X want to play that's impressed me the most.
Apa sih?
Early on here, no exchange.
Beneran aku.
Tucked in
Aku
once
dipindahin
again.
beneran.
And they wait. And every step of patience, every second they get toyed with and tested in this, they have to hold their
Nah
nerve.
gitu
They wait.
sabar aja. Pasti kedatang ke site.
Ya kan mereka attacker ya.
Curiosity.
Jin can't go down here.
He can't. This
PA-nya
has to
jaga
just
satu
show
side
they can have
doang.
their way. That's it.
Satu ini doang.
Can't
Baru-
outstay his welcome, tries to stay close to the main show, and he actually double
Rolling
dips.
thunder.
A little bit
Oh.
frustrated, maybe trying to get ahead of himself, and here comes the crunch, but the flash is good, and
Mati
here comes the
ya.
orbital strike! This is
Mati
actually
udah
happening!
anjing.
It's Mind Freak and Divine, and I
Anjing.
cannot believe what we've
Ah,
just seen! As Divine is now in a
tolong.
1
Ah, udah sisa sepiro plat, guys.
30 seconds to try and hold on to this, and then
Ah,
it
dah.
looks like
Anjing.
Leviathan are destined for
Udah
greatness.
anjing.
13 to 11. Fire.
Dan terima
passion.
kasih.
They got it all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mentality of Leviathan. And it's so beautiful to watch as well. To see them actually employ that versus Paper X and to look so comfortable in some of these rounds where Paper X, they're like a
Dua
steamroller.
nol langsung.
They get
Ah,
going, they
langsung.
don't stop. And Leviathan being able to some of these rounds and completely change the pace.
Iya, mending boom lah. Duh, kah. Apa?
Lower bracket ya.